Okay, I covered this in my previous clip. I mean, it's hard to see, but the first thing is how to change out your taillight. There's actually two Phillips head screws right here and right here. All you do is you undo those two screws, and then there's a locator pin right here, and it just pulls straight back out. And I'll show you where it is really quick. It's so bright. Okay, there's the one screw. There's the one below it. So just those two. Okay. Now the reason I'm pulling this out, the left side actually just turned out to be a bad bulb. And we'll check that on this side too. But unfortunately, the WJs seem to have a reoccurring issue where the connectors for the brake lights seem to fail over time. And so I adjusted the one on the left several years ago and sort of made a bigger connector. I'm pulling this one apart to see if it's just a burned out bulb or if this one needs a similar update. Okay, so with those two things screwed out, this one flaps open like a door and then it just pulls straight back out. Oh, well that's not so good. That actually is supposed to stay attached. Broke, just too old. Anyway, if that happens on yours, you might want to glue it back together, so I'll probably be doing that later. Mine's a 2001. Spent most of its life in Michigan. Poor thing's rusting away. But it just keeps going. Just never stops. I love that. Way to go, Jeep. Yeah, unplugged it. Of these three, top one is your brake light and your running light. This one is your blinker. This is your backup light. And right now, my brake light is not working, but the bulb looks good. It's working inverted, you know, like when the lights are on, it goes out. When the lights are off, it comes on. Okay, now there's two things I sometimes check on this. Is one, sometimes the housing itself is bad, this whole thing. But sometimes it's just the bulb. You know, first you should check the bulb because it does burn out from time to time. And sometimes it's these little connector things right here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the lower one up top. And you can see they're interchangeable because this one has three connectors too. So 1, 2, 3. Just like the top has 1, 2, 3 connectors. I'm going to move my blinkers, which have been working just fine, up into the slot for the taillight, and I'm also going to swap the other one down. See if we get any change of effect. Alright, plugging it back in. Well, also, in case you didn't see, this has a slide. It has a lock, so the red, when it's locked, you push the red down, it spits out. I usually use a flathead or something just to lift it up. And then it has a pinch. You pinch the back as well. So let's see if it's any better. I won't be able to tell afterwards, so I'll look at the video. So this is me brake. That appears to be. And then this is lights on and brake. And it looks like that's going. This is me stepping on the brake, foot off the brake, stepping on the brake, foot off the brake. Looks like it's going out. Regular those, okay. Alright, I'm going to stop the video just a sec so I can review that. Okay, well, checking the video, I can see that the brake light works just fine and with the running lights off. But as soon as you turn on the headlights, you hit the brake light, and this actually is going out. Now, the first thing I'm going to fiddle with next is we already moved one housing from the middle to the top. I'm expecting that it's not getting a good connection. And what connection I mean, I'll show you here in a second. We're going to pull these guys out. And that's a brand new bulb. I'm going to try to show you really close up. I don't think you get a good connection with all three of these. So on this side you've got focus is poor. The light is poor always, it seems like. Okay, you got 1, 2. And on the other side you got 1. Okay. On this side, you can look inside there. You should see 3 connectors. 1, 2, and 1. So you got 3 connectors. It's in my experience that this connector right here, at least on the left side of my Jeep, it wore out a while ago, and so it just didn't make a good contact. So what I'm going to do is 2 things. One, I'm going to rub off, there's a little bit of dirt on it. I'm going to rub that off. Then I'm going to lift it up. To lift it up, I am going to pry it, and then I'm going to stuff a little bit of tin foil beneath it just to raise it a little bit. Tin foil's still got some kind of, it's mostly just raising it up, but the tin foil will have a little bit more, have some conductivity to it as well. Let me go grab some from my kitchen. I'll be right back down. Okay. Went up to the kitchen. Got a little bit of tin foil. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pry with a thin screwdriver this tab right here. I'm going to start with this tab because previously that's what was bad on my other side. I'm going to pry it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to stuff some tin foil under there. That's going to raise it. I really don't know how much you're going to see of this, but this is going to be me folding a tiny tinfoil square. It's only going to be a couple millimeters thick. Let's try that amount. This contacts can't be off by too much, I assume. Okay. And we'll just see if that's enough. In case I didn't mention this before, you probably got this already, but put these in, they're not lined up right, it's off center, they're twist. And they tighten as they twist. Alright, we're going to give this another shot. Okay, it's plugged back in. The whole idea is to see when I see the brake lights work when the lights are on. Right. Brakes work. Lights work. And it brakes with the lights. Now work, right? Oh, well, I hope you got to see that. Here, I'll do it one more time, just in case that was a visible one. I'll try to cut out the other stuff. Okay, so you have the brakes. We've jammed in some tin foil. Brakes work just fine. You know, with no lights on, turn on the lights. Your running lights still work. And the brakes work again. Yay. Okay. Yeah, so that's a simple fix of how to fix your WJ's taillights with just a little bit of tin foil and prying it up a little bit with a screwdriver. Hope you like it. I see a lot of WJs driving around there with bad brake lights out, and I have to say mine, just 2 years ago I did that light over there because it went out. Now this one just failed over time too. But simple fix, and then you can be up and running again. Hope you guys have a good ride.